Balto and the Great Race. Chapter 7. Norton Sound, Seppala and Togo. While Cousin's team waited restlessly in Bluff and Nurse Morgan and Dr. Welch worked frantically in Nome, Seppala and his dog team were doing exactly what people had feared they might. They were crossing the ice of Norton Sound. Seppala had not made the decision to cross the sound lightly. He was well aware of the risk he was taking. But he had labored for years to develop a flawless working relationship with his dogs. He knew that the dogs understood the ice could be dangerous. Togo, the lead dog who had trained with Balto, had keen eyesight. His intuition was even keener. Seppala knew Togo would do his best to keep them off unstable ice. He also knew that Togo liked to run in a perfectly straight line. This was an unusual quality, and Seppala was grateful for it. It meant that he could be certain that Togo was heading directly for the opposite shore. Togo would not go off course unless he had to. Seppala and his team had almost crossed Norton Sound when the dogs stopped in their tracks. Seppala did not urge them on. He watched them to figure out why they had halted. Togo had lifted his nose high into the air. His ears were pricked up. He was not behaving as if they were on unstable ice. Trusting Togo's instincts, Seppala let him pull the sled in the direction he wanted. Soon Seppala himself could see what Togo had discovered. Heading toward them over the ice was a team of dogs pulling a sled. On the back of the sled was a wooden crate. Seppala had not expected to meet up with the relay team so far west. The musher driving the sled was named Henry Ivanov. As the two men quickly moved the crate to Seppala's sled, Ivanov filled Seppala in on what had happened so far. It had taken 17 relay teams to bring the serum to this point. The teams had made much better time than they had hoped. At his last checkpoint, Ivanov had learned that a musher named Charlie Olson was waiting for Seppala in the town of Golovin. Then Ivanov passed on the latest news from Nome, including the number of people Dr. Welch feared were infected. He also told Seppala that he must keep the precious serum from freezing. Filled with a new sense of urgency, Seppala turned his sled back in the direction of Nome. Again he chose the shorter but more hazardous path, across the ice, to save time. Togo pushed forward with all his strength. Moments later, without warning, the dogs plunged through the ice.